I don't think anyone shows up and says, man, I really want to be a property manager when I grow up. It wasn't on any of the ASVAB tests that we took in high school. No one even knew that it was a real job. And I had graduated from the University of Texas with that BS degree. And it was right after kind of the .com bubble in Austin, Texas. And if you didn't want to leave, jobs weren't really aplenty. I thought you graduated college and they handed you a cute suit and a briefcase and you got to drive a BMW and the world was your oyster. And that was not the case. And I just needed something on the resume. And so I started leasing apartments. And, like many others in this industry, I appreciated that you didn't call out the number of years, but a handful of years later, here I am, still honestly with the same company. And I know that also makes me a little bit of a unicorn in some ways because I've stuck around my company for so long, but they've really taken good care of me.
How do we make this a decision, a conscientious decision for people, like a choice, not just happenstance type of situation for the candidates? How do we attract more individuals to the industry so they're saying, like, I want to follow this career?
I think that is a struggle that we're all going through, and it's something even that TAA has found is really important. We've kind of got an entire education foundation solely focused on that, even doing a Be the Next campaign. And so I think it's meeting those candidates where they are and letting them understand that it can be a career as opposed to just a job per se. We're doing all kinds of campaigns. So we identify people who are kind of early in their career and they're the Be the Next ambassadors. And they are doing video productions on Instagram and on TikTok and telling their story, sharing that they started in a certain capacity and it has really created early opportunities. And also recruiting in the right fashion. I think that sometimes people think that they need to go find the person who graduated with a finance degree or something of that nature to really understand real estate. But I think that this is a much more human interaction, maybe why a communications degree or a high school graduate is really the right person too, and really pushing on the maintenance side for some trade schools. Yes, Mr. Client, I hear you. And this is how we can solve that problem. I think that was the same mentality I took with my team. They're like, this is so hard. And I'm like, yes, Adrian, it is hard. And think about when we come out on the other side, how much you're going to have grown and what you're going to have learned when you come out on the other side. So I think it is embracing change and not taking things when things are clunky and they're stressful, not letting it impact you too personally. We always say, like, we're not heart surgeons. We're not here saving lives. We are here creating homes, and it is important in people's lives, but we're going to make mistakes. But most of the time, it's not any mistake that isn't fixable. Listen to them, hear what they want, and meet them where they are. We're going to pick them up as a student. We're then going to potentially have them stay in an Airbnb unit. Like when they travel somewhere, they go to a bachelor party or they go to a party or a gathering. They then say, oh, I want to move to that city. They lease with us in conventional. Perhaps they start to grow. They're more mature. Then they lease with us in a BTR unit. And at some point, we might even land them in one of our active adult communities. And so if we're listening to the renter and we are really delivering on what they need and what they are asking for, we can meet them at any place in their renter cycle.
The need for our industry to attract new people, I believe 1,500 new employees just for the, what's being built in Austin, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So this brings my next question to, is the industry ready for an Uber-like model where people that have availability to work, they don't want to make a commitment full-time to work for a company with benefits. They could pick and choose the time of the day or the day of the week, the days of the week that they want to work. Do you see a future for that type of model for employment? Not to take over necessarily, but at least to be possible, to be an alternative for full-time employment in apartment industry.
So honestly, yes. And there was a program that I know during 2020, when 2021 too, when we were growing really fast and we were really short, when people were harder to come by because they could go work at a tech firm for $1 gajillion. There was something that we looked into that offered something of that sort. I don't remember the name of the app or the program. Might be one that you're talking to, but we did certainly look into it. And even hiring for a particular job. Oftentimes on a property, you've got a groundskeeper, but you need someone that really is just going to come pressure wash for 3 days. And so perhaps that's a short-term assignment that someone would want to take on. I think the most important thing to navigate and figure out is insurance requirements and all of those goodies. But I absolutely think that there would be a time that would happen. And if you really think too about the BTR business, that is a business where they are really trying to operate it with a very slim work, like I guess maintenance load or just team members, but there's still going to be needs. There are going to be needs that could absolutely be a solution.